Everything I say in this video is is based off of my opinion. If you don't like it, kick rocks. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the BS. Hell hath no fury. Like a white woman. Okay? Like a white woman chasing her coin. When are y'all gonna learn to leave these Karens alone? Or out Karen them? And I think Sean Mackey from Mississippi is about to take one for the team. He's about to get a win, okay, against a Airbnb Karen host. Now, I'm scrolling on Twitter and I see this headline. Man leaves bad review on Airbnb. Superhost sends his wife security camera image of him with another woman. So, y'all know I'm messy as hell. My first thought was, okay, like, how does she know the state of his marriage? How did she know that he was married at all? I'm sure that required a little bit of snooping. How did she get the wife's email address? But let's get into the article. I had to Google the whole thing just so I can make sure I had a full scope of the entire story, because y'all know on Twitter, y'all don't be liking to post the links to the article, so I had to get it from the New York Post. Okay? A vengeful Airbnb host took a security photo of her married guest in the company of another female and emailed the image to the man's wife after a failed extortion attempt triggered by a bad review, according to the lawsuit. Sean Mackey from Mississippi is suing Airbnb and Superhost Pamela Fowler, accusing them of invading his privacy, inflicting on him emotional distress, and causing damage to his marriage. Mackey's 22-page complaint, initially filed in September and obtained by the Post Wednesday, alleges Fowler emailed his wife a screenshot from a door camera taken after 3 a.m. showing Mackey with a woman who is not his wife. The Superhost allegedly waged the campaign of vengeance after he refused to pay $960 in fees and penalties for having extra guests and breaking the rules. The compromising image was sent from a bogus email account allegedly set up by Fowler and pretending to be Mackey. The plaintiff's marriage has suffered as a result, the suit states. The Post contacted Airbnb seeking comment on the lawsuit. In September 2022, Mackey rented Fowler's house in Memphis, billed as a little bit more country, for a weekend get-together with old friends. Mackey booked a stay from September 9th to September 11th for a total of 4 guests. In his exchanges with the Airbnb host, Mackey said that he might invite additional pals over for a very low-key dinner. But they will not be spending the night, according to emails attached to the complaint. That sounds like a lovely time, Fowler replied. I would be delighted to host you all. Remember that. The 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, which Fowler was renting out for $567 a night, could accommodate up to 12 guests. Fowler voiced no objection to the additional guests and reassured Mackey that he could just add them in the guest list at any time, according to the filing. Fowler sent Mackey a long list of house rules, including no smoking, vaping, no excessive noise, no guests from the local area, no parking in front of the garage doors or on the right side of the driveway, no glass, food, drinks, or urinating in the pool, and no skinny dipping. Now, my thing is like, these are reasonable. I mean, I can see why you wouldn't want your Airbnb home to smell like smoke or vapes, because you never know who's visiting, if they like those smells, so you want to keep it neutral. And of course, if this is a community area, no skinny dipping. I think that this is fair. So I reminded Mackey that security cameras outside of the house are in use at all times and are used to verify the guest count, noise, and disturbances. Rest assured, we will take great care of your home, Mackey told Fowler. A couple of hours after checking into the home, Mackie sent Fowler an updated guest list with 9 names, but noted that maybe a few more will be joining them. And then he said only 4 to 5 will be staying overnight. Just minutes later, Fowler informed Mackie for the first time that only 8 guests would be permitted at the house and that there would be additional costs per guest regardless of whether they stay or not, the lawsuit alleged. She also reminded Mackie of her strict no parties policy, stating, "I apologize, we had not discussed the guest count tripling," she wrote in a message attached to the complaint. "Each guest does have to be put on the Airbnb and accounted for per Airbnb rules and insurance requirements. There is a cost to each guest even if they do not spend the night. I should also remind you about the strict no parties rule. Thank you for understanding." I feel like that's a little bit too much. At the end of the day, when you go to a hotel, you can bring anyone in your hotel room. Even if you are the one renting the hotel, I believe you can even allow people to spend the night. Now, I do understand that with Airbnb it's a little bit different because, of course, this is somebody's actual home with their personal effects. I get it, but also it's kind of like, that's doing a lot. That's a lot going on. And I don't even blame her for having the cameras outside her house, because what if some fuck shit really did go down? You want that evidence, so not too much on Pam. But as the evening went on, Fowler messaged Mackie again, demanding that he either add the extra guests or have them leave immediately, according to the complaint. The host claimed that she had received complaints of disturbances, yelling, and profanity in the parking area. About 15 minutes later, Fowler fired off another message to her guest demanding that he leave at once, stating, "Hello, Sean. I'm asking you to either add the extra guests now or have them leave immediately. We've also gotten complaints of disturbances, yelling, and profanity in the parking lot area. Our home is in a quiet neighborhood and we need to maintain that. Thank you for your cooperation." Oh, and then she sent another message file, like literally 20 minutes later. "I'm very sorry, but you have violated the no party rule, disturbed my neighbors by cursing and yelling in the parking lot, and have unauthorized guests. I'm asking you to leave now. I can't allow you to say I'm sorry." Mackie's court filing dismissed Fowler's claims of yelling and profanity as unfounded accusations, stressing that none of this was true. Instead of the additional guests initially listed, only one additional guest had shown up for a total of 5 guests, the complaint argued. No party had taken place, no one had been yelling or cursing in the parking lot. There were simply pretexts for the host and Airbnb to collect more money, according to the suit. Having nowhere else to go, Mackie called Fowler's number, but instead spoke to her husband, Jamie, who assured him that he could continue his stay without further consequence or interruption. The next day, Fowler emailed Mackie to confirm that he'll be checking out the following day. Mackie left the next day as planned, believing that all issues had been resolved as simply a misunderstanding. Shortly after, Mackie left a negative review of his stay on Airbnb's website and requested a partial refund of $502.46, which he was denied. His review was also allegedly taken down. Now that's effed up. My thing is like, the purpose of having a review system is for people to speak to their experience. I don't think that it should be allowed to be taken down. At the end of the day, the business owner or the superhost should be able to respond to it, maybe speak their piece if there's a misunderstanding, if someone's lying on them. But taking it down is egregious because other people that are gonna spend their good-earned money, they're gonna wanna know about the genuine experiences of other people. So that's trifling, in my opinion. After he posted the review, Fowler began harassing Mackie about his review and was obviously concerned about her Airbnb superhost status, the suit claimed. Mackie was later contacted by an Airbnb representative who told him that the company would be suspending his account pending an investigation into his claims, which could potentially end with his account being terminated. Mackie, who himself is an Airbnb host, denied violating any rules and urged the company to obtain video from the property to verify Fowler's allegations against him and his guests. A few days later, Mackie allegedly received text messages from Fowler stating, "Hello, Sean, I hope you are well." The text read, "Sorry it took so long to get the photos you requested together to show your stay at our home, but I had faith, was driven by integrity, so I committed to get these posted for you in Airbnb. Photo at 3:16 a.m. is especially notable. Should I forward the photos to..." So she actually said that she was gonna do it. Child, people really have some nerve. I'll continue because Pamela is getting on my everlasting nerves. She said, "Should I forward the photos and videos to Teresa, who is Mackie's wife, or will you?" So this video is him holding hands with someone entering the home. I mean, that could be anyone. They are standing very close, but whatever. Attached to the message was a photograph depicting Mackie in the company of another female, not his wife, taken by one of the cameras at Fowler's Airbnb home. Fowler also allegedly threatened to put videos on YouTube shortly because the files were too large to transmit via text. 2 days later, Mackie received a bill from Airbnb for $960, an amount that included a $160 fine for 4 extra guests, $500 for violating 2 house rules, and $300 stemming related to the moderation of his negative review. Mackie refused to pay up, leading to what his lawsuit called an extortion attempt by Fowler, who allegedly set up a fake email account with a sexually suggestive handle, which he then used to send an email with the subject line of "nice bag" to Mackie's wife at her place of work. The body of the email included a screenshot of her guest with another woman. "I love your bag, where'd you get it?" The accompanying message read. Mackie contacted Airbnb about Fowler's alleged stunt, asking for help. Listen, essentially, Airbnb said, "We don't give a fuck about y'all." Okay, so my thoughts on this. What happens when people want to be brats, when they want to have their cake and eat it too, is what I'm saying. My thing is, like, this lady was so pressed about 4 people spending the night, and she could easily verify who came in and out the house. Obviously, she had a camera. You know, I'm sure she could count who was here, who was there, what time they left, whatever the case may be, right? She could have easily verified it. So I feel like whether he had additional people or not, that will come out pretty easily. But the whole sending the photo to his wife, like I said at the beginning of the video, that's wild. That means you had to conduct research on this man. You stalked him. Like, how did you get his wife's email address? How did you know her name? She didn't book the stay. You stalked him just because he left you a negative review, and now no one's gonna want to go to your Airbnb. Hopefully you stop doing that. To just let it rock. Anywho, let me know your thoughts. Bye! That's it for No Face, No Case, where we get messy without the trace. We keep it anonymous, y'all. Until next time.